Hello friends, welcome to my channel Nihira Techiees, and this is our react.js material UI tutorial. And in this video, I'm going to create one model pop-up using dialog component. So before going to the implementation, let me show you what are the topics I'm going to cover in this video. So the first thing is we can create one basic model pop-up. There we can include the form control. So then we can make this pop-up into full screen. For that we have a separate feature that I will explain. Finally, we can customize this pop-up into confirmation highlight. Okay. Now let me go to my application. Here the first thing is I'm going to create one new component for our model pop-up. I'm going to provide the name is model pop-up, and we can use the stateless functional component option, and here we can include the title MUI Dialog. Next we can register this component into our routing side. Similar to this checkbox, we can add as the pop-up. Finally, we can replace this component also, this model pop-up. So next we can create one new menu in our app header. So there we can include this link. Okay. Now let me click this pop-up link. So here only I'm going to implement this model pop-up. So here first I'm going to have one button. So color, let me provide primary, and in this text we can provide as the open pop-up. Okay. And also this variant. So our button is fine. And the next thing is we can define our pop-up. That means our dialog control. Okay, it is imported. So in this dialog we can include the dialog title. We can provide the title is user screen. And next we can use the dialog content. So inside the dialog content we can use dialog content text. This screen about user details. Okay. And finally we can include dialog actions. There we can include the button and other things. So here we can have one button, and the text says close, color is error, and the variant is same content. Okay. Okay, now we have included some basic elements in our dialog control. The next thing is we have to open the pop-up. For that I am going to declare one useState variable. So in this useState I am going to provide the default value as false. Next, in our button I'm going to include one on-click event function open pop-up, and we can define this function also. So here we can set the values for our open using this function, and this is fine. And the next thing is in our dialog component we have to use this open option. Okay. For that we can use the same variable open. And similarly I'm going to create one more function that is for closing our pop-up. So in this close time we can mark this value into false. And next we can use this close function in our dialog side. So let me save this one. So if I am clicking this button now, we are able to see one small pop-up. Okay. And now I am trying to increase the size of this pop-up. So in this same dialog control I am going to use full width. See, now the size is increased. So still if you want increase, we have one more property called maximum width. So there we have the options like a large, medium, small, XL and XS. Okay. So first I'm going to provide this large. See, it should be like this. And in this medium it is reduced. So mostly we can have this small. Okay. So now we have completed our basic pop-up. It is just act as like a alert. Okay. So once I'm clicked this close. Oh, it is not closed. So the reason is we have this function, right? So that actually we have to bind in our on click. That's it. So in this on click event, I have included this function. So we can refresh the screen once again. So now if I'm trying to click this close, the pop-up got closed. Okay. Okay, this is fine. Now let me customize this into confirmation alert. Okay. So this is very simple. Do you want remove this user? So already we have this close button. Similarly, I'm going to include one more button. So here we can say yes. So instead of the error, we can provide success. And let me remove this one. Now let me open the pop-up. See, it is just a confirmation box. So if I'm clicking this close, it will be closed. So in this yes button, I'm not implemented any function. So here we can write on function. So in this function itself, whatever functionality you want to perform, that we can include. Okay. Okay, this is fine. And the next thing is I'm going to include some form fields in order to we can create one model pop-up with form. Okay. So that is going to be really interesting. So first I'm going to change this text user registration. Okay. And let me comment this dialog content text. And here I am going to use this tag component. So here we can include spacing 2 and margin also 2. Here I'm going to include my first text field and the label is username and the variant is outlined. So let me save this one. See, one control is included. And similarly, I'm going to include 3 more controls. Username, password, and then email, phone number. So in this dialog action side, we can command both items, I mean both the buttons. So instead of that, I am going to include one button inside our dialog content. Okay. So after our final text field, I just added one button. So let me provide the name is submit. Okay. And this color also we can use the primary. Let me save this one. See the response now. It is somewhat fine, right? And the next thing is I am going to include one checkbox also. I am going to include form control label. So this one actually I have explained in my last video also. Next I'm going to include this control. So inside the control we can have this checkbox. And in this label, so let me provide okay. And the checkbox color we can use the primary. So we can see the response. So let me mark this into defaultly checked. So let me click this pop-up. Yeah, see, it is somewhat fine, right? So finally we have to include the close button also. So already we have a full length button, so we can include our close button in this right corner. So inside our dialog title, I'm going to use this icon button. Okay, so inside this icon button we can have a close icon. So this close icon basically belongs to this material UI icon. So anyway, let me import it, otherwise it will throw the error only. This icon material slash. So let me save this one. See, now we have this close icon. So next what I'm going to do, here I'm going to write on style. Style is right, and for this close icon we can use this color. And in this top right corner we have this close button. So and also we can include the event binding. Okay, so already we have done, we are just copy and pasting, that's it. Okay, we have clearly done. See, the pop-up is opened. So once if I'm clicked, it will be closed. And increasing the width, already I have explained, using this max width option we can pass this medium, small, something like that. So similarly, if you want set this pop-up into full screen, that also it's possible. For that we have to include one directive. Let me show you. Full screen, that's it. It is coming in the full screen. So this is actually our screen. Once I clicked this open pop-up, see, it is taking the whole screen. So we have this close button. So let me close this one. So in order to, we can create the full screen model pop-up also. So anyway, let me remove this one, okay? Or else we can command this one anyway. For the future purpose, it is needed. So let me command this one. So this is our final output. So now we are in the end of the video. Still, if you have any doubts or clarification regarding this model pop-up, please let me know. And also please don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thank you. Thanks for watching.